Well, ladies and gents, well, we're going to have a little short one today because me, accidentally, probably haven't got a lot of battery. Sorry about that. So we're going to start by saying welcome to the show. Welcome to another episode of Riding Shotgun. Thank you for joining us. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. We've got a short journey home today. Kids are still off, which is great. So hopefully the traffic is going to be short and sweet, just like this episode today, because we've only got about 16 minutes of battery life, I think. Sorry. So, how has your day been? Has it been good? Mine, not so much of a good day in the end. It was literally some crappy meetings that ultimately, made me feel like I wanted to just duck off soon, to be honest. Wasn't great, but, what can you do? You just get on with it, you crack on, and you make the best of it. As you do, you just make the best of it. So I'm going to go home and have something to eat now because I'm damn starving. Absolutely Hank Marvin. As I'm sure you are too. But with the way the weather is, it doesn't look like the cricket is going to go on this weekend. Yeah. Which is kind of a bit rubbish. Skip over that. Lovely. Bish, bash, bosh. We're on our way, guys. We're on our way. So, hopefully, we will be home pretty soon. Now, what I wanted to do, because I was thinking about this today, is with this whole podcast thing, and we're pretty much early days compared to some podcast specialists out there. I would like to take it above a notch, and really get this thing working in a really good way. Now, I'm not sure what we can do quality-wise or whatever, but I know for a fact that, when Top Gear do their thing and they're sitting in cars, their quality is very clear, but, I'm not going to be able to afford the sort of camera and audio equipment that BBC are going to put into a car on Top Gear. Plus, I'm not going to be sitting there talking about supercars when I'm in the normal bog standard everyday kind of man's car, or woman's car, or person's car, if you want to say that. And it's not as if when you're driving either, you can have notes to look at. If you've got notes to look at, you're not concentrating on driving. So really, you've got to be on point and on your game, knowing what you're going to talk about. Now, I would like conversations and things like that between us to flourish. You put something in the comments there, you interact with me on the social media, and we get content from you, I give you better content. That's the way it works. That's how a conversation works. Because ultimately, this is a conversation between me and you on the way home from work, isn't it really? Or on the way home, just on the way to work, on the way home, wherever. Now, that's another thing. Am I putting myself in a box there, in a niche, where it's a podcast for going to work in, when some people might listen to it when they are coming home, or when they are on a long journey or something like that, So maybe I've got to adjust my language to accommodate everyone. So rather than just being on the road, on, you know, going to work, on a commute. It's just about being on road trips. You know, it could be 20 minutes going to the shops, it could be an hour, it could be 2 hours, it could be a long period of time. It could be all sorts. I just don't know. So maybe I should just podcast random snippets of show that's like 15, 20 minutes, half an hour, that kind of thing each time. And then maybe put the best bits together in an hour-long cast. Which will require a lot of editing, obviously. And a lot of sifting through a lot of really boring chat. But then if you're having a conversation, it's not going to have any context if I start snipping bits out and you go, well, where did that come from? Why is he talking about that? Why is he saying that? Because you'll have no idea what I've said before that because it's been cut out, you know? So, I don't know. I guess we'll just mould into whatever we want it to be, you know? We'll just mould into whatever we want to be. It'll be fine. It'll absolutely be fine. Of course it will be. Oh, dear. Turned down a job interview today. Yeah, I know, right? Turned down a job interview. It was for more money. However, the journey in the morning would have been horrific. Horrific. Just the worst. Like, I'm not going to go all the way into the centre of London for a job. I know a lot of people do it, and fair play to you for doing it, but I ain't doing it. I ain't doing it. You know, I don't like travelling in the car for an hour or so anyway, but when you sitting there and you're going, right, I have to get to the train station, then get on a train, then get on a tube. And not just that, it'll cost you a fortune. An absolute fortune. Ugh. I would hate it. I would really hate it. Here's a question for you, actually. Question. If you bought a train ticket at, say, 5 a.m, which would be off-peak, could you then use that ticket for peak time? Or do you have to stipulate whether it's peak or off-peak? Like, I'm buying an off-peak ticket or I'm buying an on-peak ticket. I think you have to stipulate. I think it says on there peak or off-peak. You can tell how many times I've got the train, don't you? Last God knows how many years. He looks like a happy chap, walking along in his Wellington boots and his crazy hair. Having fun. Liking it. He does walk a bit weird though. He's actually walking like he's been in the pond rather than fishing. I don't even look like he's been fishing, to be fair, but he's just wearing the gear. All the gear and no idea. That's where we're at, I think. Oh, dear. I'm sure some people look at me and go, what is he wearing? What is he doing? And that is the reason that I don't dance, you know. It's the reason that I don't dance. I don't dance because I've sat there and I've looked at people and gone, what are you doing? Jeez, what are you doing? So I'm pretty sure that if I were dancing, people would be looking at me going, what are you doing? Why is my ear so hot? Is someone talking about me? Is that actually a thing? I know it's obviously like if someone talks about you, your ear doesn't get hot. But like, why does your ear all of a sudden become very hot? Like, what is that all about? And it's only one ear as well. It's not even the other side. It's just one song we got. Yeah, boy. Bit of classic rock in the afternoon. Why the hell not? So yeah, like if someone can tell me what the whole thing is, like with the ear, like why do you all of a sudden get a hot ear? What is the deal with that? Like a minute ago it was fine, there was no hot ear, and all of a sudden now I've got a really hot ear. I don't feel hot, as you can tell. I'm in a coat, but all of a sudden this ear here has just gone. I mean, you can't even see it's red, but yeah. Why has it suddenly gone really red? Nobody's punched me in the ear or anything. It just seems silly. There must be a reason behind it, surely, that just one ear randomly goes hot. Who knows? Who knows? Answer me in the comments section, that would be great. See where we go with that. Got all sorts of ideas. Like, yeah, your grandma stole a jar of jam 300 years ago. That's why your ears are hot. Really? Is it? I wonder what other wives' tales have we got out there, you know, old wives' tales. And also, why are they called old wives' tales? Is it because a load of old wives used to get together and tell tales? Let's be honest with you, that sounds like work. A load of old wives telling tales on each other. It does sound like work. Dear Lord. It's actually a really good analogy of work. A load of old wives' tales. Do you know what else work is? It's a very political environment, and I don't like that. I hate a political environment. I don't do politics very well. I don't like having to watch what I say all of the time. And I don't mean on a HR level, because, well, let's face it, I've never been very good at that anyway. But, like, when you say one thing like, oh, you know, you can have this or you can't have this, and they hear something else, and then try and manipulate your words into saying something else. It is what it is. Maybe I should try and find another job. Maybe I shouldn't have refused a job that was offered to me as an interview. I don't know. Maybe an interview will come up soon. I mean, I've been headhunted a couple of times, which is kind of nice. But the jobs weren't suitable for me, if I'm honest. Not something I was really interested in. But what do you do, man? What do you do? But like I said in the last episode, I would really love to have a business of my own where I'm earning my own money and I'm in control of my own earnings, and I'm just pushing. And I can give my everything to this idea and this project, and it will, you know, come to fruit because I've worked so hard on it and I've made smart decisions, and the money is going in my pocket and going, you know, straight back into the business, you know, which would be nice. But yeah. So, this evening I'm going to have some chicken in a wrap with a little touch of salad cream. You know, when I mentioned it before, I'd up the level games of it. Going to maybe crunch a little bit of pepper on there as well, make it really lovely. I'm going to get on with driving my ass home. I'm going to thank you for joining me on this very, very short podcast today and this very short episode. I want to thank you for joining me riding shotgun I hope you have a wonderful evening. I'll see you on the next episode. Don't forget that you should be liking the video, subscribing to my channel, and hitting that notification bell as well. And that's just on YouTube. But if you're on like any other listening medium, like Spotify or whatever, or Amazon or whatever you listen to, then please do give me a 5-star review and a like. If you give me a 5-star review, I'll be forever grateful. If you don't want to, then I understand that. That's fine. That's your prerogative. Yeah, just whatever you feel about this podcast, say it as the truth, whether you appreciate it or not, and I'll be forever grateful. So I'll wrap this one up. Thank you very much for joining me, and I shall see you on the next one for a little bit more of me, you, the road, and riding shotgun. Take care.